Good morning! I have been at my parents' house for basically the last week. Today's my last day, going back home tonight. So I figured I would take you guys through a full day of eating when I'm outside of like my normal home environment where I have much more control over my diet. What do I eat? How do I approach food when I have a lot less control over what I'm eating? I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with, is a sense of control over their food, and a lot of people struggle with it in a lot of different ways. But I think a lot of people on their fitness journeys feel that if they can't control everything perfectly, then it all feels completely out of their control, and so they just don't do anything that they like should be doing to get to their goals. And I think, not to go down like a whole mindset rabbit hole, but I think a large part of this is because it's a lot easier to be a victim of circumstance than to take accountability and take control of what you can, even though it might not all be within your control. Right now with my nutrition, I am prioritizing eating in a way that is essentially optimizing health to help heal my skin, which, by the way, doing so well. Look at this, amazing. At least better than it's been in a long time. I'm very happy with where my skin is right now. Fingers crossed I'm moving in the right direction, and like I want to keep it moving that way. And so I am really trying to prioritize what I can to optimize my diet to help that happen. But I'm also not being like overly super strict about it, especially because I don't think my skin issues are directly diet related. Like the number of elimination diets and various tests that I've done, I don't think it is directly diet related. Obviously diet is going to play a part because diet modulates your health, and the healthier I am, the easier it's going to be for my skin to be healthy. But there's not like one strict diet that I need to follow in order to keep my skin healthy. Like I'm not sticking with low histamine, I'm not sticking with animal based, I'm not sticking with anything specific. I am just focusing on overall health, and a lot of stuff that I'm doing for my skin is much more like supplementy and detox-y, which I can get to in an entirely different video. That's where I'm at with my diet. That is what I am trying to prioritize today, so let's go. Like I said, thanks to Krista, I am taking a bunch of different supplements, and a bunch of them require specific timing. And while I am not home on a very different schedule than I normally am, doing a bunch of different things, it is hard to maintain that supplement schedule. And I guess maybe this isn't like specifically what I eat today, but I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of the same mindset where like I'm just shifting things around to accommodate it. I'm not being perfect with my supplements, but I am trying to do my best. And my best has still ended up being like 80% on point. It's a yummy one. Like there are a couple supplements I'm supposed to take specifically with food, and I just didn't the last couple days, and so I took them not with food. So I still took them, just like not optimally, and it was fine. Same thing with hydration. While I've been at home, I've lately been amazingly pretty darn good at drinking close to Cleo. Cleo, excuse me, can you get your butt out of the frame, please? Thank you. I've been pretty good about drinking closer to like 100 ounces of water a day. Look at me go. Really trying to focus on that ma'am. Focus on that hydration, because it really is very critical for skin health and just health in general, but it's something that like I'm really prioritizing because of where I am on my journey. But while I've been here, I've just been running around so much, it's been harder to stay on top of my water intake, and so I'm getting closer to like 60 to 80 ounces a day, which, to be fair, that's what I was doing before, and I thought I was doing really well, so maybe it's fine. But I'm helping compensate for that by making sure I'm sticking with adding electrolytes to my water, because while water itself is hydrating, it is not as hydrating as water that has the perfect balance of electrolytes in it, because electrolytes essentially act as like little keys that unlock the cells that allow the water molecules to fully hydrate the cells. And so if I had gone from 100 ounces of electrolyte water to 60 ounces of just like plain no electrolyte water, that would be a much bigger difference and a much bigger decrease in hydration capacity. And so I made sure to bring with me a bunch of Elements electrolyte packets, because these are super easy to bring with you, like a very easy thing to pack if you're going on a little road trip, taking a little vacation, like so tiny, so easy to pack in a suitcase, in a backpack, in your car. Just keep them in your like car console. Very easy way to keep up your hydration on the go. And as always, if you are looking for a good electrolyte mix, highly recommend checking out Element. It's a very tasty electrolyte mix with everything you need and nothing you don't. So it's full of sodium, magnesium, potassium in the scientifically backed ratios. So you get the 1000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, and then none of the junk, no fillers, no gluten, no artificial flavors, colorings, dyes, etc. Nothing that I would not want to put in my body, nothing that makes me question anything. Like the ingredients on this, do they have it on the mini, guys? They do. Ingredients are literally, I think hopefully that's in focus, sodium, magnesium, and potassium. I don't know if you can see it. It's in little white print, but it's literally just sodium, magnesium, potassium. Nothing else. That's why I use the unflavored one, because it's just super easy, super simple. I can add it to all this other stuff that I need to be drinking. Element's formulated to help anyone with their electrolyte needs. So especially if you are someone who's like following a low carb or keto diet, you need more electrolytes to keep your electrolytes balanced. Or if you live in a hot environment, if you exercise a lot, if you're sweating a lot, like electrolytes are really gonna help you, but like everyone needs electrolytes. They facilitate hundreds of reactions in the body. Like without the appropriate amount of sodium in your body, you would literally just like collapse and die. So I highly recommend checking them out. And right now Element is offering you guys free sample packs with any order. So you get 8 free sample packs in their various flavors, which are all very delicious. So if you place a drink mix order, you get 8 of these little guys in all of their amazing flavors. It's a great way to just try the different flavors or to have extra little to-go packets with you that you can just take wherever and be conveniently hydrated. So if you want to check it out, go to drinklmnt.com/fitandnerdy. I'll leave a link down in the description box below. Go check it out. My mother is running errands. Everyone say hi to Mama Nerdy in the comments. She's running errands. I've decided to glomp on to her errand running and have us get breakfast together while we go do the errands. So I'm thinking, like I said, want to keep it healthy, but we're going out to eat. And there's a couple places in San Diego, which is where I am, that have like relatively healthy food, use whole unprocessed ingredients in their food. So I'm thinking we go to one of those places. And then I am also trying to prioritize protein. So while I could go there and get the pancakes or something.
You can't just say pancakes, they're high protein pancakes.
they're high protein pancakes. They're like 14 grams of protein.
No, I think they're 50 grams.
50?
Yeah, I think so.
The pancakes are 50 grams of protein?
I believe so.
How?
I don't know.
We gonna double check this, because if the pancakes are 50 grams of protein and they're like almond flour pancakes, that might be the move. But yeah, I want to prioritize protein because protein is the building blocks of skin. Essentially, your skin is made from proteins, and so eating enough protein, very, very critical for me as I am on my skin healing journey. Also critical for a lot of people on their fitness journey, so hashtag relevant. So yeah, protein, whole and processed foods is the main priority. I'm also, I told you guys in my last video that I, you know, would like to stop having caffeine first thing in the morning on an empty stomach and then not having breakfast until like way later, because that's probably not great for cortisol. So today, I'm having my caffeine with my breakfast. Progress is progress, so I'm gonna get a coffee. Side note, my arm is very tired holding the camera right now, which is like kind of embarrassing, but also really funny. I did a insane hot Pilates class yesterday, and we did so many of like these with the ball. Like my shoulders, they're dead. They're dead, very dead. So if I film most of my video like this, it's because my shoulders are sore. Oh my god, the protein pancakes do have 56 grams of protein? That's insane. How? Okay, my go-to is normally the recovery smoothie because it's yummy and delicious. However, it's cold and rainy and sad outside, so I'm thinking Mexican bowl with some chicken, 46 grams protein, lots of deliciousness in there, or the frickin' protein pancakes. I feel like this is gonna make me feel better, so I'm gonna do this. And of course, a little mocha. My mom decided to order this extremely tempting loaf of banana bread, so while I wait for the rest of the food, we nibbling. Good.
I mean, I guess you can make arguments either way. They want 60% of GDP.
Okay, is this not the most gorgeous breakfast you ever did see? For my activity for the day, to get in a little bit of exercise, a little bit of movement, I decided to go for a walk on the beach. But something that I have been trying to focus more on lately with my exercise is incorporating more play, more fun, just making movement and exercise purely about being active and having fun with it. So as soon as I got to the beach, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna practice some handstands. And so I kind of sort of dabbled in that. And then I was like, okay, time to walk on the beach. And then as I was walking on the beach, I was like, you know what would be really fun is doing a little bit of animal flow, like on the sand. And so I kicked my shoes off, paused for a minute, did a little bit of animal flow, and then I kept on walking. And it really was just kind of like a free-form, fun playtime. And now I'm feeling pretty darn good. I got a comment on a video the other day about how it seems like I keep stopping and restarting exercise, and it was kind of phrased in a little bit of a critical way, and I was like, bruh, like, you're telling me, like, I have been low-key pretty frustrated with my exercise journey in the last year or two, just because I have been stopping and restarting over and over and over, and it kind of feels like I get into the swing of things and then something happens and I step back from exercise. And for the most part, it's been either me getting sick, I think, but like mostly it's been my skin flaring. And when my skin flares, I can just intuitively feel that my body needs rest. Like, it is much better for my body not to be exercising in any intense sort of way. And I think part of that is because oftentimes my skin flaring also comes with a lot of inflammation, which a proper amount of exercise is really good for inflammation. It's really about listening to your body and figuring out what your body needs and what it can recover from well. For me, when my skin is in a flare and I'm super inflamed, exercise doesn't feel great. It definitely doesn't feel like it's helping my skin. Also, sweating exacerbates any skin issues, so I really can't sweat very much, and my skin has kind of been on a roller coaster the last few months. I think we're doing better, like, fingers crossed I'm headed in the right direction. It feels like I am, but like, who knows, I could flare again tomorrow. I knock on wood that doesn't happen, but like, I've been trying so many different things to heal my skin, which absolutely is my main focus. Like, getting baseline health as evidenced by healthy skin is by far a priority over exercise for me, and has been for the last year or two. And so, yes, I have been super inconsistent, and that does frustrate the heck out of me, but I also know that I'm doing it because I'm listening to my body, and I am, like, my starting and stopping has been consistent with what my body has needed. It hasn't been a mental thing where, like, I can't stick with something. It's like, I start getting into it and then I go for a hike and that causes my skin to flare because apparently I'm allergic to nature, and then I have to stop exercising and wait for my skin to heal, and then it's been really annoying. So that's partially why I am kind of shifting my approach to activity and exercise right now towards more like just play and fun, because A, those activities don't cause a lot of sweating, they're not super intense, they're super chill, but also active. So like, I just joined a softball team. We've had 2 games. We're currently undefeated. Fingers crossed that we stay that way. And like, yeah, that's not super active, but like, it gets me out of the house for an hour. I'm walking around, I'm doing things. They stuck me as catcher, so like, I'm throwing the ball back and forth for like a good half hour. I've also started golfing more. I've gone golfing like 4 times in the last month. I did pickleball for the very first time in my life like a week or 2 ago. Also played tennis, and it's just been so fun to be active in different ways. Not even to be active, just to do these different things, like things that I did growing up but kind of stopped doing because I was pursuing other like specific fitness goals. So right now, my main goal is just health. And so if I can just move in a way that's fun, I pretty much accomplished that. And that's not to say that I'm not gonna be lifting, I'm not gonna be doing yoga. Like, I am doing yoga and I'm having a lot of fun doing that, so that's gonna stay a part of my routine for right now. I would like to incorporate lifting when I can, when my body is feeling resilient enough for it. That's gonna be on like a day-by-day basis. So that's my current mindset shift. But as you guys know, I keep starting and stopping things, so who knows how long this will last. But I did join a softball team, so I'm stuck with that for a couple months, or else I'm gonna let my team down, which I'm not gonna do. And I think a main takeaway here is, for anyone who is struggling with consistency or feeling the need to control everything when it comes to your fitness journey, is kind of sitting down and figuring out what you can control and what you can't control. And if you can add anything into what you can't control, that still makes it easier to get to your goals, right? So like, I can't necessarily control my skin, and when it does flare, I can't really exercise. But what I can control within that is finding ways of staying active that don't make my skin worse, that do feel good for my body. So even though it's not entirely in my control, like if I weren't dealing with my skin issues, I do think I'm really happy that I'm focusing more on like play and getting back into other sports and stuff. I think that's great for me. But I would also be a lot more regimented about like lifting, yoga, because I was thriving when I was like alternating between lifting and yoga. That felt so good. And so I kind of would want to get back into that. But in order to kind of stay more consistent, stay more in line with what I want in those times when I can't 100% control what I'm doing and do what I ideally want to do, it's good to have a backup plan, essentially. Think about the potential roadblocks, think about the things that you can't control, and plan. It is dinner time. Breakfast was enormous, so I ended up not eating anything after that because I've just been full like all day. But I am very fortunate to have a mother that is equally, if not more so, invested in her health than I am. So honestly, eating healthy while home is not the biggest challenge. We just decided to order food from True Food Kitchen, which is 100% seed oil free. Cleo, can we? I got the spicy Penang curry with steak. Cleo approved. Basically veggie steak on a bed of black rice? Quinoa? Black rice and quinoa? And then there's a little curry sauce to pour over it. And that'll be dinner. Again, prioritizing protein. Since I didn't have a snack or lunch or anything in the middle of the day, this is very high calorie. This is probably like, I think it's like 900 calories or something like that. So don't worry about me not eating enough, even though I only ate 2 meals. We also have cookies to follow it with, so I'm getting plenty. Oh, no. We made it home. Yay. Right, Cleo? It is time to get ready for beddy, but first I want a little bit more hydration, and my digestive system has just been a little bit not great for like the last day and a half. And so I think I'm gonna make myself a little turmeric ginger tea. The other day I skinned some ginger, turmeric, and lemon and then blended up and froze it into little cubes. So I'm just gonna take like 2 of those cubes, melt it in some warm water, add a little bit of honey, and then sip on that as I get ready for bed. It's really hot. So I'm about to do something that a lot of you might think is a little bit crazy, and that is take a bleach bath. Promised I'd keep you guys updated on my skin journey as it unfolded, and this is something that I feel like I can pretty conclusively say has made a huge difference for my skin. So let's just like break it down a little bit, because I know it, like I've told a couple of my friends that I do this and they're all like, what? Like they all think I'm joking. I'm not. I'm gonna run a bath and pour half a cup of like actual bleach into it, and then I'm gonna sit on it for 5 to 10 minutes. Here's the thing about the skin and skin issues. So just as your gut has a microbiome, it's full of good bacteria, hopefully not bad bacteria, or else you end up with dysbiosis and all sorts of health issues that come along with having a lot of bad bacteria in your gut. Your skin also has a microbiome, and it's supposed to be flourishing with good bacteria, but there can oftentimes be an imbalance in the bacteria in your skin, and you can have an excess of bad bacteria on your skin. And this is correlated with a lot of skin issues, particularly eczema and acne. There's usually an overgrowth of bad bacteria there. And bleach kills bacteria. This is why bleach baths are often recommended to children with eczema, because it kills the bad bacteria on their skin and can help relieve the eczema. I started doing a deep dive into understanding the skin microbiome, and I reached out to my friend who is a dermatologist, and I was like, hey, bleach bath, bad idea? Good idea? I was thinking it would be a good idea because, as I've shown you guys in my How I Healed My Skin Barrier video, I have been using hypochlorous acid, which it essentially functions like a much milder form of a bleach bath. It kills bacteria on your skin, and I felt like that was helping. But when my skin was flaring really bad, I was like, maybe I need to kick it up a notch. Like, maybe a bleach bath would be helpful. So I reached out to her. She was like, yes, like, highly recommend, give it a try. I was like, okay, I have a dermatologist stamp of approval, so I'm gonna go sit in bleach. And it helped. And then, like most things that help, I had a desire to do it more and more and more, and I definitely overdid it and dried out my skin a little bit, and I backed off the frequency, and now I'm at a good frequency that I think is helping with my skin. But the skin microbiome is fascinating, and there's so much like really new research on it, because like we've been hearing about the gut microbiome for like the last 10 years, and obviously that's become very like trendy in the health space. Like 10 years ago, no one was talking about bacteria in our guts, but now we all know that our gut is supposed to be full of this good bacteria that supports our body. And so the research is like just starting to come out about the skin microbiome and the bacteria that are supposed to be on the skin to help the skin thrive. And like your skin, okay, I need to reel this in because I feel a rant coming on. But your skin is the largest organ in your body. It is the organ that is supposed to protect you from the outside environment. And in the modern world, the outside environment is rather toxic. So having a compromised skin barrier is really not ideal. Like, even if you don't have eczema or acne or something like that, like if your skin barrier is compromised, you are not getting the same level of protection against all of the various chemicals, pollutants, etc. that are just like out in the wild. So I've just been finding this really fascinating, and I wanted to share that with you guys, that I have been bleach bathing, and so far so good with the bleach bathing. I'll let you know if that changes, if I realize that it's actually doing more harm than good. I don't know. That's where I'm at with that. So that said, I'm gonna go run a bath, do a quick dunk in bleach, and then get ready for bed. Did not finish the video last night because I wanted to go to bed, so here we are today, and this is the end of the video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. Really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your fitness buddies. If you want to see more content all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!